All right, welcome to Talaera Talks. Wherever you are, we hope you're having a great day as always. And what's different about this episode today?
There's no screen in between.
Like,
We can touch each
this is
other.
the weirdest thing ever. Okay, so we're in person here in Utah. And I mean, what a week it's been so far.
It's been such a fun week. So, for those of you who don't know, we are a fully remote team and we have part of the team in the United States. Simon lives in Denmark, I live in Spain, and we had never met in person before.
Never.
So, first time we're meeting in person, we're doing a team retreat where we're talking about strategy and next steps, and of course, bonding, getting to know each other. And we thought, what a cool opportunity to record an episode right here without a screen in between, with just one mic and one camera. So, yeah, that's basically what we're doing.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, we thought a lot about what would this look like? What would it be like for us to actually do this in person? And I don't know. I think for so many of our listeners, we've always talked about that we're a remote team and that it would be cool to one day do this in person. And so now here we are. We just made it happen, which is, it's just amazing. And yeah, we're going to talk about obviously some idioms today. And I think it's a cool thing because we've talked a lot about what this week has meant for us and kind of a lot about the feelings and how we've expressed that, first time all of us coming together. And the best way, and I love the idea from you, Paula, was like, let's talk about some of these idioms that kind of express this week. So what do we have? We have 6 idioms that we're going to go through that I think really kind of will give you a sense of what this week has been like for us. So yeah, you ready? Let's dive into it.
Let's dive into it. Yes. So, again, as Simon said, we have 6 idioms for you that will represent, will give you a bit of an idea of what this team retreat has meant for us. The first one is in the same boat.
Yeah.
Why does that represent this meeting or this retreat?
So I think before we all met up, everybody was so excited. Everybody was talking about it, and we were doing all of this preparation work because we wanted everything to count, all of our time together. We wanted it to really like matter. So we were all kind of in the same boat in how we were approaching this. Everybody was really excited and everybody was a little bit nervous, and we all talked about that. And there was this feeling that we were all in the same boat. I mean, would you agree with that?
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
So that being in the same boat is feeling that you are in the same situation, right? You share the same circumstances. You may feel very similarly. How would you use it in a sentence?
Yeah. So I could say, I mean, I think we've been in the same boat this whole retreat and leading up to the retreat because we both talked about that we felt a little bit nervous, a little bit apprehensive before coming and meeting up. And now here we are. And we're still in the same boat because we're all so excited about how this week has gone and, the relationship building. So that's kind of that. We've all been in the same situation and how we're really feeling about this week. So it's been, yeah, we've all been in the same boat this week.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Awesome. So the second one is we set the bar high.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, so like I said, before this week, it was like we wanted to accomplish a million things, right? And we set the bar so high of like, we want to do this, we want to we want to brainstorm about this idea, we want to talk about the next 5 years of Talaera, what's that going to look like? For myself, from the HR side, I wanted to talk about like our culture building and team building and relationship building and what that looks like, and our operating principles and how we do all these things. So all of us, I think, came with so much preparation work. We set the bar so high on all of the things that we wanted to achieve. I mean, did you set the bar high for yourself, just in terms of what you wanted to achieve?
I think so. Yeah, the expectations were very high and we wanted to achieve and accomplish a lot of things. I think it's going pretty well.
Yeah.
Even though we set the bar very high, I
Yeah.
think we're getting there. I think it's been super productive
Yeah.
and it's been awesome.
Yeah. And I really felt like, let's get to the end of this week and see how we've done and see if we met the bar, see if we got to that point. We set the bar really high. Now we want to meet the bar. And so that's kind of my hope, is that, yeah, through this week, we've met that. But being also there, how we felt kind of leading up to this. We talked about we've been in the same boat. We were feeling like we're all in the same boat in terms of how we were feeling. But how have we been feeling like, this week just meeting each other?
To be honest, at the beginning, I felt like a fish out of water.
Yeah. Okay. So what does that mean? Like,
To feel like a fish out of water is when you don't feel like you're in your element. You don't feel super comfortable. It's a little, perhaps it was a little bit awkward. It wasn't really awkward, but in
no.
a way, you don't feel you are not interacting in the same
Yeah.
context
The
as
same way.
you're used to and in the
Yeah.
same way. So you feel that you're not in control of the situation. That's how, when you feel like a fish out of water. Have
Yeah.
you felt like that at all?
I mean, I remember it's just a lot of people said this before was like, whoa, okay, so we're now gonna be in person, and that means like I can't like hide behind the screen or anything like that. Now we're gonna be really there together. And I remember when we first saw each other, we were like,
I
whoa,
know,
like
right?
okay, and now it's like working together. It's in this totally different way. And yeah, there have been times where I really felt like a fish out of water. The first day, I was just like looking at Paula, like, whoa, are you real? Like this is I definitely felt in that way like a fish out of water.
Yeah, but I think it was just the first few hours, and
Yeah,
then it just passed and it
yeah,
felt supernatural and great. But yeah,
yeah,
like a fish out of water when you're a little bit like not feeling, confident enough in that
yeah,
situation.
yeah.
Awesome. What else? What else?
So like we said, we had so many things planned for this week. We had all of these things we wanted to talk about and discuss. This podcast was one of them. And, with all of these things, it's hard to kind of schedule everything out to the specific point. And so a lot of times we've had to play it by ear, like throughout this week. For myself, I mean, I did some of the planning for this, and I remember before I was like, oh my God, what if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? What if we don't get this right? What if, this person doesn't come prepared? And eventually I had to just say, okay, we'll play that by ear. We'll play that by ear. And I think this podcast was one of them. Like we didn't really have a clear idea of what we wanted to discuss before we got here.
Hmm.
But then when we sat down, we started talking about it. I
It
feel
made
like,
sense, right?
yeah, I feel like we played it by ear. What do you think?
Yes, and also exactly. So to play it by ear is when you improvise a little bit, is when you don't have everything super planned, but you see how things go and
Yeah.
adapt to the situation.
Yeah.
We have a final meeting today where all the heads of department have to give a presentation that
Yeah.
I don't really have time to prepare, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to play it by ear. I hope that's
Yeah. So
okay.
this is a little bit my fault. And one of the things we talk about is internal communication. How are we communicating? And when you're a remote team, it's really dangerous to assume that people understand or know about certain things. And I totally did that. And I was like, all right, team, everybody be ready for your presentations today. And I think only one person was like, yeah, everybody else was like, okay, I'm going to have to play this by ear. And I said, okay, that's why I said, don't worry about creating slideshows or anything like that. You have to play it by ear, no problem.
I
So
was just giving you a little
yeah,
bit
I
of a
know,
hard
I know,
time. It's
I know, I know.
okay.
People are messing with me now this whole time.
All good. Um, quick question.
Yeah.
Do you think we bit off more than we could chew?
Yeah. So okay, so we set the bar high, right? We set the bar really high in what we wanted to do. But that's a good question. Did we bite off more than we can chew? I don't know, because like so far we've done everything and had all the meetings that we wanted to have. Um, I don't know. That's a really tough question for me. I don't think that we bit off more than we could chew, but I think we bit off just enough that now we're like, okay, that's a good amount. What do you think?
Yes, I agree. It's been a lot of work. It hasn't been too much. So
Yeah,
that's a good sign that it's not like we bit off more than we could chew.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's important to be mindful of how much work you can do and how many tasks you can take off on. So that's one idiom that we wanted to share, right? Also
yeah,
for projects is when you bite off more than you can chew is when you assume more responsibilities than what you're able to actually achieve,
yeah.
or when you plan too many things for a specific situation and perhaps it's not achievable.
Right. And that was one of the things I think I was a little bit afraid of before, was like, oh my gosh, with this retreat, we're trying to do too much. We bit off more than we could chew. And I think when I came in, like I was really worried that maybe we did bite off more than we could chew, but everybody showed up and was prepared, and yeah, I think it's been really
It was
awesome.
great. So this idiom represents the concern that we had at the beginning,
Yeah.
not truly what it ended up being.
Yeah, exactly
Mhm.
right. And with that, right? So we had all of these things we wanted to do. How do you feel like our team has responded to, yeah, to this bar that we set so high of like all the things that we wanted to achieve?
They definitely won the extra mile.
Yeah.
They certainly did. Everyone has made a huge effort to make sure that everything is working properly. And that means we came in prepared. We're making sure that the goals we had are being achieved,
Hmm.
but we're also really in tune with our colleagues, right? With
Yeah.
other Talerians, like really checking in, how are you doing? And really getting to know each other at a deeper level.
Yeah.
It's very funny because we knew each other for a very long time. We've worked together.
Yeah.
I mean, Talaera has been going on for like 5 years,
Yeah.
and most of us hadn't met in person.
Right.
So it's important to really have that human aspect. And
Yeah.
and yeah, people truly, truly went the extra mile.
Yeah.
Abby went the extra mile last night. She cooked for us. It
Yeah.
was amazing. The best meal ever. So
Yeah.
it's been truly great.
Yeah. Abby, who is like just an absolute rock star on this team, she is responsible for so many things. And one of them is she matches our students together with the teachers. So she knows all of the teachers and she knows all of the students, and she finds that perfect match between the teachers who maybe they're good at working with software engineers. She knows that exact teacher and their personality, so she can match that teacher together with a student. And so she's really empathetic. She's just a real people person. And in I mean, last night she just comes up to me and she says, Simon, I'm gonna make dinner for everybody, and we're like 15, 16 here, and she's like, oh no, don't worry about it, I'm gonna make dinner for everybody. And then she cooks this insane meal, this huge meal, and we're all just like, and it was delicious, it was
It
incredible,
was truly
it was
delicious.
incredible. Yeah. And she went the extra mile. Like for her, I would say she gets the like most valuable player award. Like just,
MVP.
yeah, MVP for Abby, because she just totally went the extra mile. And I do think that everybody did to a certain extent go the extra mile, because everybody came prepared. Everybody, really wanted to make the most out of this week. Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. So we got it. We did in the same boat when you're in the same situation. We set the bar high,
Hmm.
right? How would you define that one to set the bar high?
Yeah, we had a really, really high goal that we wanted to achieve on all the things we want to achieve. We set the bar really high. Yeah.
Mhm. We at the beginning felt like a fish out of water.
Yeah.
It was a little bit awkward at the beginning, and then
Yes.
we just got over it. Like,
Yeah.
exactly, we didn't know how
Exactly
to
right.
interact with that
Yeah.
screen in between, but
Yeah.
we got over it. Play it by ear when you don't have everything super planned, but you improvise based on the situation and the context. To bite off more than you can chew
Yeah.
is when you take on more responsibilities than what you're able to achieve. That was our initial concern, even though it worked out in the end. And the last one, to go the extra mile, which is something that I guess, is part of our personality. We truly want to make, Talera something that you deserve, and we want to put out content that you want to listen to, and we put a lot of effort into our
Yeah.
webinar so that there's something that that you look forward to as well. So yeah, to go the extra mile.
Yeah, and I think we do that, and we try to do that, and I think we do that in everything that we do at Talera. And yeah, I hope that all of you out there can feel that and can see that. And yeah, as always, we love doing this, and we love providing content for you guys and the content that you deserve, exactly like Paulo was saying. I'm like I don't want to go back to doing this over a screen now. This is just a totally it's a totally great experience.
It truly is. It
Yeah.
truly is.
Yeah.
I'm happy you put it all together with the rest of the team, but it was mostly you. You've done such a great job. So
Thank you.
thank you.
All right. To all of you out there, as always, keep learning. Thank you.
And that's all we have for you today. We hope you enjoyed it, and remember to subscribe to Talaera Talks. We'll be back soon with more.
And visit our website at Talaera.com for more valuable content on business English.
You can also request a free consultation on the best ways for you and your team to improve your communication skills. So have a great day and keep learning.